Hello. In this video, I'm going to talk about Lord Genome. One of my favorite characters of Ting and Topa Gurren Lagann. I saw that show earlier this year, and it's actually one of my favorite animes. This came around the time where I kind of stopped watching anime because really anime started just to be. It started to kind of have this kind of like either a slice of life story or the art style wasn't something I kind of connected with, and I didn't really care for the kind of sexualization that anime has been doing. But when I watched Gurren Lagann, the characters were very well written and the story was very well done. But why the Spiral King Lord Genome really struck me in that show is that he was the one of the most interesting villains in the show, where you were just like, at first I thought he was a beastman. I thought he was like, maybe these beastmen were always around. But then you find out that he was actually another spiral warrior. He was a human, like Simone and Kamina and all these other characters. But he was really trying to put the humanity underground. And he was this really strong, overpowering force that Simone had to fight through. And I liked his design a lot. His design kind of reflected that. I always liked the kind of a character that had this power and was just so laid back and was just like, very strategic at times. And I liked the power he had. Like, when he was on screen, my god, let me tell you, every time that episode where he was fighting with Simon, was just like, holy shit, what the fuck? Like, he wasn't even intimidated when he saw Gurren Lagann. Then when he got into his Zen gun, it was just like, holy shit, what is gonna happen now? And then he was able to fight Gurren or Lagann, whatever, without his mech at that time. He just like punched Simon. He punched his mech right in the face, and I love that. I love that intensity he had, and that coolness he had. And then when you saw him later on in the show, he just becomes this very collected character that was just like, I did all this for humanity, and now it's like he's kind of understanding that he should have tried to face the anti-spirals, and I really liked that about Lord Genome. He was a very interesting character that had a very interesting development. I believe in one of the movies. I didn't really watch the movies, by the way, so sorry if I got this information completely wrong here. But from what I understand, was that he created the Beastman himself when he was young or so, or he had at least whatever, and then he fought the anti-spirals himself. Like, he was in a position like Simon was, and then the anti-spirals told him about the spiral nemesis, and that made Lord Genome kind of turn on his fellow spiral warriors and kind of made humanity live underground to kind of protect them from this looming threat of the spiral nemesis because of what the anti-spirals told him. So that was really cool, and having him face Simone and him understanding that maybe he should have fought was really well done. And I like that this character was this he was on par with Simone, and he kind of showed what Simone could have ended up like, but he ended up falling and he got stripped of his power from Simone's own spiral power. And I like that. I like that this guy had this big behemoth of power, and then he got brought down because someone else had a more immense strength than he did. And he was just a very interesting character. I thought he was, the whole time I sought the show to the end because I wanted to see Spiral King pay for having. I mean, he didn't directly have Kamina get killed, but he created the Beastman that killed Kamina, and you wanted to see this war come to an end, and to see that this guy did all this for what he thought was right was very interesting. I like that about Lord Genome, is that he is really the. No, he made I don't know how to say it, but it was just, he was such a good villain and foil to Simo that I was really excited to see him in the show and see more of him in the show. So I really liked Lord Genome. So that's it for this video. I kind of talked enough about Lord Genome, so see you in the next one.
How did it go down like this? It's hit or miss. We shouldn't